U.S. President Donald Trump is reportedly eager to deal swift and forceful blows against Iran's ruling regime if Washington decides to move forward with a military strike, signaling his intent for a strong and decisive opening action. Trump has told his national security team in private discussions that he has no desire for a prolonged or drawn-out war, emphasizing that any U.S. engagement should be limited, precise, and quickly concluded. According to an NBC report published on January 15, Trump had clearly outlined his red lines to his top advisors, making sure they understood exactly how far he was willing to go and under what circumstances. One of the sources cited by NBC revealed that Trump wants any potential action taken by the United States to be definitive, ensuring that it delivers a powerful message and leaves no room for ambiguity or hesitation. However, reports indicate that Trump's top advisors have so far been unable to provide him with assurances that the Iranian regime would swiftly collapse if targeted militarily, raising concerns about the long-term impact of such action. Within U.S. defense circles, there is growing concern that America may not currently have sufficient military assets in the Middle East to effectively defend against potential Iranian retaliation or escalation. Meanwhile, Trump appeared to publicly soften his stance, suggesting he was reconsidering or delaying any decision to carry out immediate attacks on Tehran during his latest remarks. On January 14, Trump stated that he had been informed Iran had stopped executing protesters and had paused its plans for public hangings, comments that hinted at possible diplomatic de-escalation.
We have been notified and pretty strongly, but we'll find out what that all means. But we've been told that the killing in Iran is stopping. It's stopping. And there's no plan for executions or an execution or executions. So I've been told that on good authority. We'll find out about it. I'm sure if it happens, we'll all be very upset, including you will be very upset, but that's just gotten to me, some information that the killing has stopped, that the executions have stopped. They're not going to have an execution.
Mr. President, Iran, you said that the killing has stopped. Who told you that the killings have stopped there? And if it's the Iranian regime?
We have been informed by very important sources on the other side, and they've said the killing has stopped and the executions won't take place. There was supposed to be a lot of executions today, and that the executions won't take place. And we're going to find out. I mean, I'll find out after this. You'll find out. But we've been told on good authority, and I hope it's true. Who knows, right? Who knows?
We've seen the body bags, so how do you trust them?
You've seen that over the last few days, and they said people were shooting at them with guns, and they were shooting back, and it's one of those things. But they told me that there'll be no executions, and so I hope that's true.
Does this mean military action is now off the table against Iran?
Well, we're going to watch and see what the process is, but we were given a very good statement by people that are aware of what's going on.
Is that still considering military action? Is that still a threat?
No executions. Everyone is talking about a lot of executions were taking place today. We were just told no executions. I hope that's true. That's a big thing.
According to several reports, the U.S. Central Command has already developed a series of detailed military options for Iran, which have been presented to Trump for review and potential authorization. On that same day, January 14th, hundreds of U.S. troops were reported to have departed from the Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar, possibly as part of routine rotation or strategic repositioning amid heightened tensions. Despite these movements, the United States has not yet massed additional troops or significant assets into the Middle East that would typically precede a full-scale military campaign against Iran. However, U.S. forces do retain a network of aircraft, ships, and personnel already stationed in the region, providing the capability to launch limited, targeted strikes if ordered. Tensions between the United States and Iran sharply intensified on January 14th, following a wave of reports suggesting that an American strike could be imminent, leading to widespread regional anxiety. Just a day earlier, Trump had issued a stern warning to Iran, threatening severe consequences if Tehran's authorities continued to harm or kill protesters who had taken to the streets. In response, Iran declared that any U.S. attack would be met with an equally powerful counterstrike, threatening to target American military bases and interests throughout the Middle East. Human rights reports emerging from Iran indicate that a government crackdown on nationwide protests has already resulted in the deaths of more than 2,500 people, underscoring the scale of the unrest. The protests, led primarily by shopkeepers, students, and workers, were initially triggered by Iran's collapsing economy, worsening inflation, and widespread unemployment. Analysts say the ongoing uprising is shaping up to be one of the most significant challenges to the clerical leadership since the Islamic Revolution of 1979, testing the very foundation of the regime's authority. Meanwhile, following 2 weeks of relentless anti-government demonstrations, a large pro-government rally took place in Iran, with state media portraying it as a show of unity against what officials called a foreign plot.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that we will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.